Are you
They're
are
Adam
we
Silver. I'm going to go
muted?
back on mute here. He's announcing the Durnin trade officially. That's why it's taking longer.
Okay. Yeah, just kind of looking through defensive wings. I mean, maybe Wendell Moore, maybe Kendall Brown, maybe Trevor Keels could be another name here.
Are you cheating? Do you have like a burner?
I'm naming like 4 names. Like,
oh well, then it's like, yeah, I got it.
I'm guessing here.
You hit the first one, Sam. You hit the dartboard,
Okay.
bullseye start. It's Wendell Moore Jr., who
for what it's worth, I would never have guessed Wendell Moore if it wasn't Dallas's pick. I would have never thought Houston was taking Wendell Moore. But for Dallas, it makes sense because Wendell is a good defender that, which is hilarious because wait a minute. This was Dallas's pick and they traded it for Christian Wood and now they're getting it back. Woj is saying Minnesota has it now. Again, Wendell Moore, a guy that I had been told Minnesota liked, so that makes sense again. At one point, I had Wendell Moore at like 21, noting that he might not get there. So I would get that. Maybe they slid back to 29.
You wanted trades. Your complaint is no trades. Now we have all the trades. So
now we're into like minutia trades though. Like this isn't what I want. I want like Malcolm Brogdon traded. I want
this is the deck chairs and the
fucking trade Zion. Like I don't care. Like do whatever we can do.
That is young, baby. Like, we're only pick 27 here. But the graphic just flashed on the screen that Duke has 4 guys in the first round that'll be blasted out to every recruit tomorrow morning if it's not already been sent out. I like Wendell Moore. I had him a little bit lower. I had him 36. The first round stuff.
Time out. I do just want to be very clear. I have no idea. I do not think Zion Williamson is getting traded. That is not based on anything. I just want to stop that right there.
All right. Well, you know what? If he's not getting traded, I'm taking off my tie. But I like the Wendell Moore thing there. Somewhere in that 25 to 35 range. You take him at 26. He was very solid for Duke during the year. He was like sort of that steady hand where Paolo was the star and AJ was a shooter and Mark Williams getting up and down. I liked what he did. He helped in a lot of different ways. I like the passing. The shooting wasn't bad. Still younger and had like a bounce back, had a real bounce back, had a terrible year the year before. A lot of times we just write off those guys and we just forget about them and they end up being 4-year college guys. He put it all back together. Yeah. It's a good story about going back to school, not transferring, working on it, and now your first round pick. So good for him.
I loved Wendell Moore coming out of high school. I thought he was terrific. I loved his footwork. I loved his defensive intensity. Everyone I talked to had told me super professional mindset. Didn't like him at all the first 2 years. Thought he really struggled. I had significant concerns about the athleticism. I still have some concerns about the athleticism, to be honest, but he's gotten so good defensively. He's gotten so smart. I think he's probably going to make it work in the NBA on some level. I had him at 31. I get this pick for Dallas particularly. I think that he's the kind of guy they've had success with in the past. Real quick note from good friend of the program, Adam Spinella, who was on the show earlier. Thank you for having me. It was a blast. David Roddy, Woo Child, that's caliente.
We need some spice.
Shout out Spins. Love the guy. It's just such an interesting decision. To move this pick like multiple times now. So he's going to Minnesota, actually, it looks like. Wendell Moore. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I'm a little bit confused. Again, Minnesota makes sense. Tim Connolly tends to like these guys that are egoless human beings that, can come in and be like their kind of guy, be team guys. You look at his draft history in Denver, it makes sense. A little bit confused on that. It looks like, according to producer Jacob, Houston via Dallas traded to Minnesota is the final Shams report.